Hey folks, this is Vincent Ottilie with Dad's Gaming Addiction, and today we're going to quickly check out Dark Hours. This is a pre-early access build, so everything that you're about to see is subject to change. Ottilie and I got our copies 3 days early before the early access version goes live to the general public. We've played one time, so this is going to be like a first impressions kind of thing. There are some features in the game that just weren't implemented yet. For example, key binding. My middle mouse button is broke, and there's no way to rebind that key, which is unfortunate. There's also no ability to change the difficulty or any of the other things when you're setting up your lobby. I'm hoping that's something that they implement soon. In my version of the game, it was like the lobby was stuck on normal difficulty, and so on. So I really want to be able to customize that and really play around with things. But as it stands, this is all that I have access to. But adding her was fairly easy. You can do it straight through your friends list. There's even a code that you can share if you don't have that. You can customize your character to some degree, although it looks like everything is locked. Like all of these things are locked. And the whole shtick of this game is this: you and your friends, you can play solo if you want, will pick a contract. It's pretty much like a set of objectives that you have to complete. And then the game will randomize like a museum level kind of thing based on what we've seen. And you have to go through it, unlock doors, but ultimately you're trying to find what you're looking for. And the game test that we played, we had to find 1 golden lion statue and 4 silver lion statues. And then we also had to put so much loot into our team bag. There's like a main room that you start in that has a team bag in it. And as you find things, you're going to throw it in there. It has limited space, though, so you're going to have to play a little bit of Tetris. Not Tetris, but so much as like you're trying to figure out what's not valuable, what's valuable. The game will tell you this is worth 4,000, this is worth 40,000, so obviously you throw the 4,000 away. Keep the 40,000 one and bring that back instead. So you're also going to like have the ability to equip some tools in the early onset in the truck. You also will find more tools as you go. There's a dart gun, for example. There's headphones that I found and the like. As far as the co-op aspect, I really enjoyed this because it does force you to work together. These are the same developers that did, I believe, Hacktag. So that was very co-op based. And in this case, like, you'll interact with a door and you have to wait for your friend to interact with that same door, and then they will provide you with the keys, like the Dance Dance Revolution keystrokes that you have to hit, like up, left, down, and then that will bypass the door of security, whatever. And same thing with like safes and other things. So there is a cooperative aspect. I have not had a chance to play this solo to know how that is handled. But yeah, so there is some co-op aspect to this. You also have to, like, one of you lifts a door while the other one slides underneath to work together that way, or you can help someone into a vent. The game, by the way, has a demo and a prologue, so you can try those out if you want to get a taste of the game on your own before you get it. And from a first impression standpoint, I was intrigued by this because I like Midnight Heist, which is another game that's kind of similar to this with less computer hacking and mini games to do. But what attracted me is that there seems to be different monster types, and the one that we encountered in this playtest was this ghost woman that kept freezing us and then killing us. But you can revive your teammate unlimited times, and I think that's one of the difficulty things that you cannot toggle off or on. It's just it's defaulted to unlimited KOs, I think it is. But this woman will go around and just, yell at you, freeze you. I had a pair of headphones which I kept on, and it seemed to help me and make me immune to that, but I'm not entirely sure. I try to stay out of her line of sight as much as possible. But like what attracts me to this is that, like, what other monsters are there that we're not seeing yet? And that's why I would continue playing this in the short term, because at the moment, like, I found the game to be a bit there's again with the key binding issue, and my biggest problem with it is that we spent 20 to 30 minutes wandering around trying to find the last silver lionette statue. Like, we couldn't find it. And when I hit when I found the exit key, and I'm like, maybe it's just inside the exit door. And that's when the ghost like went all nuts on us and just started attacking us relentlessly. So we were forced to leave. And then we failed the heist and didn't earn any money. Like, we didn't earn any money whatsoever for that run. Even though we had like 100,000 plus in the shared bag, we had stuff on us, we didn't get anything. And that's unfortunate. Like, we spent all this time trying to find this last statue. I wish there was like some kind of helper finder, or like the game has pity on us after 10 minutes of not finding something and like pushes us toward the right direction. That would have been a cool feature to have. So again, this is pre-early access, so like I'm not trying to punish this game too hard, but in order for this game to be fun, I think that whole difficulty setting thing needs to be enabled so I can put it on an easier setting so we can mess around with it more. But also, in-game helpers for those of us that we like a hide and seek experience, but we also don't want to spend 40 minutes of our time trying to find that last thing. So I talked for like 6 minutes now. Idly, what were your first impressions of all of this?
Ditto.
Okay, well there you go. That's it.
No. I really enjoyed the game. I thought it was great. It was really fun. I wish there were more co-op aspects to this. I do love the arrow key direction locks that we had to work together on. I love the helping of the lifting of the door, or trying to lift your partner to another vent. That's so cool. I love stuff like that. What I don't like is the whole... I actually am not too fond of the whole hide and seek thing. Like, I don't care about having to find certain items within, a time limit or something. Thankfully, this didn't have a time limit until you tried to unlock the exit door. It's just, I didn't like the hide and seek thing or finding objects thing when something is chasing you. That is irritating to me because it's hard enough trying to find something.
See, I agree with that. Midnight Heist kind of did it right in the sense that there's no danger until it starts hunting, like in Phasmophobia, or like when the ghost actually enters hunt mode. That's when it appears and tries to find you. And then hunt mode is over once you hide, and then you can go right back to looting and doing what you're doing. Whereas in this game, the ghost is constantly wandering. So if you lose line of sight with it once, 5 seconds later you could run into it again, and then you have to like get away from it. So like there's a constant threat. Whereas in Midnight Heist and other games like it, it's more of a, loot as much as you can, but then the ghost enters hunt mode, and then you just gotta hide for a little bit, and then you can go back doing your business. I think this game would have been better, rather than the thing constantly hunting, give it like a cooldown. If it appears once and freezes in somebody or attacks somebody, or even if it patrols for a bit and then despawns, have a cooldown so that it doesn't reappear for another 5-10 minutes to give us a grace. That could be a difficulty setting. That could be adjusted so that players could have an aggressive experience or a passive experience, whatever. That would be something to consider adding.
Or like finding specific items really... I mean, if it's like a puzzly thing, like the vault, we had to unlock the vault in order to get the golden statue. That's great, fine. But then there's all these little things these other things that you have to find, and they're scattered throughout places, and you're trying to find them with a monster on your heels, so it's just like, eh. But I really do like the game. I like the atmosphere. It is actually really creepy. The sounds are creepy, and I really did enjoy it. I would play this again, just to see what else it has to offer, because like you said, we came back with absolutely nothing because we failed the heist because of one stupid item. And I wouldn't mind playing this again to see what happens when we do actually get money. What can we purchase that on?
Right, and that leads me back to the main menu UI. It seemed like the shop for buying your own hats and whatever else, there was no price tag on anything. And then also like the equipment button that you could click on there was nothing in there to click. So like it made me wonder like, well, what is there to unlock then? Like, what do we spend this money? If we earn this money, what do we spend it on? I didn't see anything that had a price tag on it. You know what I mean? And maybe that's something that gets unlocked as you do things. I should also note that these heists are actually broken up into a series of heists, but after every heist, you have the ability to back out. So like it's like in Back for Blood's Worm DLC mode where you go on 4 runs. But in this case, you know, you go on a run, you can either keep going and do a new run, or you can stop, and then keep what you have. So I guess it might be like a slight push your luck kind of thing. I don't know. But I would definitely come back to this once the difficulty modes were added and, you know, some quality of life things added to this game to make it a bit more feasible. Like, again, I don't want to spend 40 minutes looking for that last statue. I don't. I have I have better things to do. The game needs to give some UI hints or something to help players out when they can't find that last thing. So pre-early access impressions they're mixed results, I guess. Like, I like the idea of it. I just wish it had more quality of life things. Yeah, keybinds would definitely help as well, especially since my middle mouse button's broken and I can't drop anything. So there's that. So anything else to say before we move on?
No, it's a pretty decent game. I'm really curious to see what else they do with it. So,
yeah, same. Yeah. Well, that's, again, with an early access. Yeah, I'm going to wait for a few patches, see what happens, and then definitely come back to this because it does intrigue me. It's just, it's not in a state where I'm fully enjoying it at the moment. And I think it could be good. It has a lot of potential.
It does.
Yeah. Well, this is Vincent Adelie. Thanks for watching. We'll catch y'all next time. Take care.
Bye, guys.